Hi there, my name is Kenton Kivestu. I'm an ex-BCG consultant, an ex-Googler, and the founder of Recalculate, an online platform that helps students prepare for case interviews. In today's Recalculate mini lesson, I'm going to provide 3 simple steps that will help you recover from a math error during a case interview. And here's the really good news. A math error in and of itself is not going to ding you in your interview. It really all depends on how you handle it. Okay, let's use an example. Say you're working on a problem about airline profitability, and your interviewer asks you what the annual impact will be if the airline can shave $15 of cost off serving each passenger. Your interviewer also lets you know that it's okay to round up 365 days per year to 400 days per year, and that the airline serves 1,000 passengers per day. So in this case, if you set up the equation, 1,000 times $15 times 400 days, you should get the answer $6 million in annual cost saving. But let's say somewhere in that process, you inadvertently drop a 0, and you actually end up with 600K. Tip number 1, always sanity check your own math. This is really the critical first step because it's significantly better for you to catch your own error and notice it rather than have the interviewer on the other side of the table point it out. Remember that as you're going through these interviews, the interviewer on the other side of the table is going to be asking him or herself whether or not you can be relied on the job to do quick and accurate work. They're not going to expect that you're perfect, but if you do make an occasional mistake, they do want to know that you're going to be able to catch your own mistakes and fix them proactively. So for that reason, sanity checking your own math is really, really important. So returning to our example, one quick way to sanity check this would be taking a daily savings calculation, so 1,000 passengers per day, and we're going to save $15 on each of them. So we know we'll be saving $15,000 per day. And then if we scale that up to monthly before we go all the way to annual, so we take $15,000 a day and scale it to 30 days in the average month, that gives us $450,000. So now we can ask ourselves, does that jive with our answer of $600,000 for the whole year? And clearly something is off there. So that's going to give us a cue to go back and make sure that we haven't done something like drop a 0. Tip number 2, acknowledge an error and recalculate. If you do find that you've made a math error in your calculations, acknowledge it immediately and go ahead and do a recalculation. This is actually something that a lot of candidates get wrong. Do not hope that your interviewer didn't notice that you made a math error. Likely this person has gone through this case 20 to 30 times and probably knows every calculation inside and out. So instead, the right thing to do here is acknowledge that you made an error and go ahead and start on doing a recalculation. Tip number 3, restate the correct answer confidently. Once you've done the calculation and have the correct answer, simply restate it confidently and move on to the rest of the case. Don't feel the need to apologize excessively or be embarrassed about the fact that you made a simple math error. Many candidates get caught in this trap and ends up blowing the whole issue into a much bigger deal than it really needs to be. So instead, recognize that everyone is going to make an error occasionally and that it's really not that big of a deal. So restate your answer confidently and simply move on to solving the next part of the case. So in conclusion, a math error alone won't tank your interview. In fact, it can be a good opportunity to show how you can bounce back strongly and demonstrate your resilience. Just remember, if you do make a mistake, follow these 3 tips. 1, always sanity check your math. Number 2, if there is an error, acknowledge it immediately and go ahead and do a recalculation. And 3rd, always restate the correct answer with confidence and move on to solving the rest of the case. Thank you again for watching, If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe below. There'll be more great videos on case interview tips coming soon. And of course, if you have suggestions for topics in the future, please feel free to also leave those in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching and have a good day.